Welcome back to CBS Mornings. We are continuing our coverage of the deadly mid-air collision between a military helicopter and an American Airlines flight from Wichita, Kansas to Washington Reagan International Airport. Tony Dokoupil has more. He has moved from the prior location where he was, and he is now in the airport hearing this is no longer a rescue operation. Tony?
Good morning, Adriana. Yeah, I'm just over from the press conference. Viewers of our 7 a.m. hour would have seen me on the Potomac on the Virginia side. We were shooed off of that location by Park Police after helicopters in the search effort came very close. And it became clear to us that although we were many hundreds of yards from the crash, the search zone had expanded to include the shore we were standing on. And search zone is the term here. The news out of that press conference is that this is no longer a rescue operation. According to the D.C. Fire Department, it is now a recovery operation. They did say point blank, they do not believe there are any survivors. We also got a little bit more information about how this might have happened. You've got the American Airlines flight, 64 people on board, 60 passengers, 4 crew, colliding with the UH-60 Black Hawk Army helicopter just before 9 p.m. as it approached Reagan National Airport. After that collision, it fell into what we just learned was waist-deep water on the Potomac. Icy conditions, we're told, windy conditions overnight, very difficult for that recovery effort. But at this hour, just moments ago, we heard this, 28 bodies recovered so far, 27 from the commercial flight, the American Airlines flight, 1 from the helicopter crew, so there's a lot of work still to do. Also recovered the black box on the commercial jet, which should give investigators a lot of information about how this might have happened. We do have that air traffic control sound we've been telling people about. It was notable as well that Robert Eisen, the CEO of American Airlines, in describing the incident, said that the military aircraft, in his words, quote, came into the path of the commercial jet, the American Airlines jet. Just grammatically there on the surface, that is a description of events, a causal description. Unclear if that's a finding in any official capacity at this hour or just the opinion of American Airlines. We did hear repeatedly from officials that everything about last night was standard up until the moment when the tragedy occurred. The approach from the American Airlines flight, standard. The approach from the training mission down the Potomac with this Army helicopter, considered standard. They also don't believe that weather was a factor at this time. It was clear last evening, the conditions were anyway. I'll give people a little bit of a heads up. We're tap dancing slightly. Tim Kaine, senior senator from Virginia, is expected to leave the press conference where he just was to make his way here. The other activity is this airport is going to reopen at 11, and we're seeing passengers come through a little spooked, a little shaky, but intending to get back on airplanes in just a few moments. We'll have much more from the location. We'll have much more from the location here at Reagan National Airport on this deadly crash, first in 16 years in the United States.